Got a Nightfall kind of support build for Warlocks. Um, it could also work in raids anytime someone still asks for Divinity, although people don't ask for it very often anymore, except for like Taniks and Rolk. But it could be useful then as well. Um, it's pretty much all focused around using Divinity as much as possible on champions. With Cenotaph, for those who don't know, uh, it's like Actium War Rig for trace rifles, but it also makes it to where when you hit an elite or any like a higher tier enemy, like a champion with a trace rifle, they get highlighted, and then if an ally kills them, they spawn a heavy brick for your allies and a special brick for you. So I'm using it with Divinity, and then I'd recommend just a really good kinetic weapon. I got this nice kinetic trimmers, Shattering Bone, or a shoot to loot weapon would also be good. I have a shoot to loot kinetic trimmers hung jury, but I like the Shattering Bone because it only takes 4 shots to trigger the trimmers. I'll go over subclass first. Using it on Arc, mainly just because of blinding and such. And Arc Souls are even more support. But got Ball Lightning to be able to use it from range, Flashbang Grenades, Arc Souls, Electrostatic Mind. I literally just put this on for an increase to stats. Spark of Ions and Shock are always good, and then Brilliance for spreading blind as much as possible from your grenade. Mods, I just went full into fonts and kinetic siphons, so I got Font of Wisdom, so I have 70 Intellect, Font of Strength, so I have 80 Strength. Trying to get class ability energy back more, so I can place plenty of Arc Soul Rifts. A Harmonic Reserves for Divinity's ammo charged up. Harmonic Scavenger to get more ammo for Divinity from those bricks that you get a guaranteed spawn of. Kinetic Surge so you can do more damage with your kinetic, whatever that may be. You could use a Tears of Contrition. I just recommend a Scout or a Pulse Rifle. And the Stacks on Stacks, and a Font of Restoration. If you didn't want to do Stacks on Stacks, I guess you could do Time Dilation instead, and then you may not need Stacks on Stacks, but that's up to you. There's not all that much to show about this build. It's kind of just your average. See, there you go, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you get the trimmers. But other than the fact that when you face off against a champion, you're gonna be using Divinity to supply everyone with ammo, it's a pretty average Arc build. Nothing crazy. But people kinda... I never see anyone using Cenotaph, which kinda surprises me because it's way safer than Aeon's gauntlets, because for those you have to get close and use a finisher, whereas Cenotaph you just shoot an enemy with a trace rifle from range. You see, it's still got pretty good ability regen. You know, what I'd recommend is, unless you're using Divinity to stun something, you could probably shoot a little bit and then trigger the kinetic trimmers and then start shooting Divinity at the champion, so you get a little bit of extra damage from the trimmers. Highly recommend this pulse with kinetic trimmers. It feels very nice. I would show this in like a Nightfall or something, but it's not really going to change much. This is pretty much the whole build right here. It's nothing too complicated. For those of you that do have a Kinetic Tremors shoot to loot weapon, it does now pick up orbs from the shockwaves. Oh, the only other thing, I guess I could also recommend Spark of Amplitude for extra orbs. I just didn't want to do that because I wanted to try and get some pretty high stats for this build. I'd recommend using an auto-loading weapon simply because you can, I mean, with an auto-loading weapon, both of these weapons reload themselves on their own because Cenotaph reloads your trace rifle even if it's stowed. I'll show that now. Let me empty the magazine some. Alright, so it's at 160. And back up to full. Also, look how much ammo you get with a single scavenger mod. 135 ammo. Might have gotten more if it didn't max out. But you should get plenty of ammo for Divinity. I won't even really bother showing more of the build or in action because it's not going to change any from that. But there you go. Maybe someone can make some fire teams happy with it. There's the mods again if you